We are going to talk about the blues, and blues is a big subject. First of all, it's a 12-bar chord sequence, and it goes a little something like this. So that's 12 bars. I'm playing in the key of G right now, but basically we talk about the scale. There's 7 degrees of the scale. And the 1 chord is the G chord, the 4 chord is the C chord, and the 5 chord is the D chord. So in the blues, the 1 chord plays for 4 bars, then the 4 chord plays for 2 bars, and then it goes back to the 1 chord for 2 bars. And then it goes to the 5 chord, to the 4 chord, to the 1 chord. And then what I just did is go back to the 5 chord just for a second before it repeats. So in a way, you can kind of break it up into 3 4-bar patterns. So the first 4-bar pattern is just on the 1 chord. The second 4-bar pattern is 2 bars on the 4 chord, 2 bars on the 1 chord, and then what we call the turnaround, where it goes from 5 to 4 to 1, and then it repeats. Then there's the blues scale, which is basically consists of, like I said, here's a major scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And if you flat the 3rd and you flat the 7th, then you're getting pretty close to a blues scale. Now there's one thing missing, which is the flat 5. So that's sort of an extra note that you add in to create the blues scale. And most blues licks are created with, the notes, those notes. And especially the flat 3rd, the flat 7th, and the flat 5, those are the notes that really kind of let you know that you're playing a blues scale. So blues, I think, came from the guitar, and a lot of piano blues licks, if you were a guitar player and you were playing from the 5 to the 7th degree of the scale, you might put a little approach note, like a slide on the piano. Well, you can slide on the guitar, and you can slide on the piano. And those kind of slides are really a big part of blues licks. Also, another way you can look at it is what's called a pentatonic scale, which just means 5 notes. You can simplify the blues into 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 1. So if you listen to guitar players, they play those kind of patterns over a blues. And it goes on, it gets much more complicated and deep and interesting in a lot of different ways. So I have some blues licks for you that I came up with and on this piece of paper, and here's the first one. And then you can practice that in all the keys. Here's the second blues lick that I have. So that's kind of an interesting one because it starts out with a lot of chromatic movement. Chromatic means it's just, the notes are right next to each other. Here's a chromatic scale. So those notes are kind of close to each other, but then they open up. You should check out all these blues licks, and what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to play along with a song of mine called Tune 88. I have a little track of it over here, and it's a really easy blues song. It's pretty popular because it only takes about 5 minutes to learn. And the thing about the song that's a little unusual is instead of going to the 5 chord, as we talked about, blues goes from 1 to 4, back to 1, and then to the 5 chord. Instead of going to the 5 chord, this one goes to what's called the flat 6 chord. So it goes like this. Here comes the flat 6. So let's try playing along with this Tune 88 track, and I'll play the melody for you at first. All right, so that's Tune 88.